Hello everyone, Aaron Spears here, Young Adult Librarian at the Westlake Porter Public Library with a new edition of Cooking with WPPL. So we're here in my tiny and very messy kitchen, and what I wanted to do today was go over one of those like comfort food items. When I think of like the Cleveland winters, you're just kind of trapped inside, you want something that's kind of savory, that you love to eat, that you can just kind of chill out with a good book or something on TV, maybe a movie, and just kind of snack and just feel better. Some of that comfort food. For me, one of those comfort food items that I always go to is nachos. But if you look up, what goes into cheese or Velveeta or like all the ingredients that go into like other cheese or melted cheese things that just really aren't good for you, there's actually a way. This is kind of a modified recipe from a few different things I found online. There's actually a way to make a cheese dip that is made entirely from vegetables, some cashews, some seasoning, and it tastes exactly like, no, actually it tastes better than any other nacho cheese dip that you're using. And you can add, hot sauces or whatever to flavor. But this specific recipe is going to be just for a cheese dip. You can use it for mac and cheese if you want to. You can use it for nacho cheese. You can use it for just a general dipping sauce with pizza, whatever you want. I guarantee you, give this one a shot with just carrots, onions, red skin potatoes, some garlic, some oil, and some cashews. You're going to have your new favorite cheese dip. Part of this is just due to food science, so as we walk through this, you're going to be like, wait, what are we doing here? You're putting what in that? Trust me, go with this, see the end result, give it a shot. It's going to be your new favorite cheese dip, I promise.
For this recipe, you will need 1 3/4 cup water, 2 cups red potatoes, 1/2 cup carrots, 2/3 cup onion, 2 tablespoons minced garlic, 1/3 cup olive oil, 2 tablespoons lemon juice, 1 teaspoon Dijon mustard, 1/4 teaspoon cayenne pepper, 3 teaspoons of salt, half a teaspoon of paprika, and a half cup of cashews. Let's start off first with the vegetables, because we're going to have to get these boiling. You're going to need the red potatoes, you're going to need the onion, you're going to need the carrot, and also the minced garlic. First up, we are going to peel all of the red skin potatoes. You can leave little bits here and there, but you want them pretty much all peeled off and ready to go. Same thing with the carrots. You're not going to end up the whole carrot here, but get it peeled and ready to go anyway. And then also you're going to want to peel or skin the onion. You're going to use probably like most of a medium-sized onion. Then we're going to dice up all of the potatoes. This will help in softening them easier since they're all diced up once you put them in the boiling water. Same thing with the carrot, diced up as small as you can. That way it'll soften up even quicker. You're going to want to do the half cup of carrot there and have a little bit left over to snack on while you're cooking. And the same goes with the onion. Dice this up real tiny so in the boiling water it'll soften up. This is 2/3 cup onion, but I only have a 1/3 cup, so I'm going to do the 1/3 cup twice. Last thing to go in the boiling water is the minced garlic. You can use fresh garlic if you want as well, but I usually use 2 teaspoons of the minced garlic. Now we're going to get all the vegetables boiling, and then we can prep the other stuff while this gets boiling here. So 1 3/4 cup water going into the pot. And then slowly add in all of the vegetables we just chopped up. So you got the red skin potatoes going in. You got the onions going in. And then the carrots. And last but not least, we're going to throw in the garlic. Kind of sticks, so give it a little help there. And then using a spoon, just make sure it's all kind of submerged and blended together and get this on a high heat so it starts to boil. So while we let those get to a boil and soften up, let's head over and get the other ingredients ready in the blender. First up is the olive oil. You can use canola oil if you want, but I've found it good to use olive oil. I like the flavor of it. We're going to use 1/3 cup of that. I always like to put the liquids in the blender first because as we put in the seasoning, there's something for it to kind of mix with and doesn't get as clumpy sometimes. After the olive oil, we're going to head on over and grab the lemon juice. Going to need 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. Next up is the Dijon mustard. We're going to do 1 teaspoon of that. And then next up are the dry ingredients. First is the ground cayenne pepper, 1/4 teaspoon of that. You can always add more if you want to, depending on what kind of heat you want in your cheese dip. This gives it just a nice standard cheese dip flavor without being too spicy at all. After the cayenne pepper, we're going to do sea salt or just regular table salt, whatever you have on hand works. It's going in a blender after all. And I know what you might be thinking at this point. You've got lemon juice, you've got cayenne pepper, you've got Dijon mustard, you've got olive oil. It's a weird combination, but trust me, it's going to work out just fine. And that's teaspoon number 3. Next up is the paprika. We're going to do 1/2 teaspoon of paprika. Now the vegetables we've been boiling, you want to bring it to a boil and then let it simmer at about a medium heat to really soften up for about 10 minutes. Once the 10 minutes has passed and they're all tender, we're going to dump everything from the pot, water included, into the blender. Make sure we get everything in there as best we can. There we go. And then we'll throw in the cashews on top. Now, if you don't have a Vitamix or really high-powered blender, you're going to want to soak the cashews in water for a couple hours just to get them nice and soft so your blender can handle it. And like I said, it's not the prettiest looking thing in the blender, but trust me, once we hit blend, you'll see how it all turns into delicious, delicious cheese dip. And healthy cheese dip at that. And now the moment of truth. We open up and we've got cheese dip from a bunch of mushy vegetables, Dijon mustard, seasoning, cashews, and oil. We've got a delicious, pourable, dippable cheese dip. Again, add some hot sauce or jalapenos if you want some more heat. Mix in your favorite salsa with it, or just use it right now as mac and cheese. Enjoy!